Welcome once again to Octane Mobile Gaming with yours truly, iOctane. So I went into the 500 gems vault twice, and on the second turn I managed to get a copy of the ultra rare and a copy of the rare relic. So at the moment I'm just collecting my coins, and I'm gonna go ahead and craft the ultimate form for this deck. I'm gonna play around with the deck, and I'm gonna see if this deck is any good. I don't believe it's really that good, but it might prove me wrong because I've been proved wrong before. So we're gonna see. Just gonna craft the Master Collection card, and I should have all the requirements for the Shiny Master Collection card, which I really like the artwork on the Shiny Master Collection card. I think it's quite fabulous. We're gonna play around with a few combinations with using cards from the deck, and we are gonna see if past ultimate forms incorporated in a deck can actually take down the bosses. They can, because that's what I've been using. So we'll have a look at a few of the decks that I was using before to actually get as far as I did with the collection. So there is the ultimate form created, and we're just gonna have a look at my light arcane killer collection. So we're going to look at Arcane Killer. So we've got the deck, the previous Commander deck, and we have got this deck, plus we have got the Hellboy deck, which are all Arcane Killer cards. So we're going to play around with those cards plus other cards. So here we go. Okay, so this is the deck that I was using to actually play through the event since it started, and it works quite well, especially against the Cobalt bosses. This deck, I've been using it to actually steal a lot of MVP on the Cobalt bosses. Cobalt bosses ranging from 1.3 trillion to over 400 trillion. So it does work. However, it will not work against bosses that goes over 20 trillion, because don't think it has enough power to actually get the MVP on the second turn, but it will allow you to get 15% kill on the boss, so that isn't too bad. So this is one combination that is worthwhile trying. If you've got Apocalypse Hellboy, that's really good. You just need other cards within the deck to actually spawn power gems. So what I'm using the Relentless Scholars just for that nuke damage at the end, just in case it's needed. And I'm using the Enlightened Yokai deck. So I'm using 2 ultra rare from the Enlightened Yokai deck. But if you haven't got 2 ultra rare like I have, you can use 1 ultra rare, 1 Master Collection card, and the ultimate form. That will work really well. So this is one deck combination that I guarantee you works absolutely fine. If this is the only deck that you've got, you can use it to tag along. You will do absolutely well within the event. Now, this is the second combination that I came up with, and this one works relatively good. However, it's a turn 3 deck, so you might not be able to get in the big attack on the third turn, because a lot of people are using two turn decks, because I'm using 2-turn deck as well, and not every MVP I'm able to steal. So not everybody is using a 3-turn deck, because not everybody has got the current deck, which is a 3-turn deck. So what I tend to do with this deck is, if I'm going in and I am looking just for the 15% damage, I just use Enlightened Yokai. I use the Transcendent Deferent, which is ultra rare, along with Enlightened Yokai. Though those 2 cards will spawn just about enough power gems for you to get at least 15% damage in. So that's not too bad. Your 2 damage dealers will be the main card for this particular deck, Brennan. So let's have a look at any possible combination that I could use using the current deck that I have. So we're gonna go Arcane, and the first thing we want to do is that we want to put all the current cards on the deck. So the Master Collection card, both copies of a Master Collection card, you actually have to activate the card, activate it first, then on receiving a hit, then it will create power gems. So ultra rare. So on this combo, what I'm using is the ultimate form, which cleanses debuff, become immune, and increase arcane killer attack. Yeah. If it is attack while it's immune, it will create 6 power gem freeze. And it's the same for both copies of a Master Collection card, and it's the same for the main card. The only card that you will activate on the turn when you're going to do your attack is the ultra rare. That's the only card you're going to activate on the turn that you're going to actually do your attack damage. Now, another combination that I think will work is if you've only got copies of the main card, you could use the main card, the support card, depends on how much copies of the support card you've got. I think 2 is just about enough because they only produce light gems, and they produce light gems passively. So when you create your power gems, they'll be overwritten by the power gems will overwrite the light gems that you've created passively by your support card. So what we need now is power gem spawners. So literally, you could try using Paragon of Passion. However, with Paragons of Passion, they're also a 3-turn deck. I think, don't quote me on that one. It adds 1 stock of Triple Love, then heals for 250% of hero recovery, increasing arcane killer attack by 400% for 1 turn, and spawn 2 light power gem 4s for every stock of Triple Love. Triple Love resets after every turn. So the passive, if you've got 3 stacks of Triple Love, then this card will create 2 light power gem, an additional 2 light power gem 4s. So this card doesn't create a lot of power gems, so we don't want that one. What we're looking for is a card that can spawn a bit more power gems. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna look at all Slayer cards. So looking at most of the Slayer cards that I've got, by the way, I've got my internet sorted out. So hooray. And it's working mighty fine. It's actually fast. You can use May the Pitiless, because May the Pitiless, what May the Pitiless will do, she'll create 4 light power gem 4s. However, it costs 25 skill points. And because you're not using a lot of cards that are gonna create skill points, she might delay creating the power gems. You might have a delay on your attack. So this one will spawn 7 light gems, which we don't really need. What we need is power gems. So we have to keep going through and see. This one, Persona of Power, is a ultra rare, and you might not have the ultra rare, so we're not going to look at ultra rare. So literally, we haven't got much cards apart from our ultimate forms that can spawn the amount of power gems that we're looking for. So I would suggest that if you've got any of these ultimate form, the best one is Enlightened Yokai. Enlightened Yokai is quite good at spawning power gems. However, you could realistically just rely on any cards within a deck that's gonna spawn power gems. So you could go and use Light Open Justice, which is the K-pop deck. You could use Untamable Twosome. They're gonna spawn power gems as well, quite a bit of power gems. So you could use any one of these cards to actually get the power gems on the board and use your support card and main card as your main damage dealer. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna try and use 2 Commander Ultimate Forms on this combination and see if we can actually create some power gems on the board so that our damage dealers can actually deal some damage. So we're gonna add two light commander, so that's for the K-pop deck, and that's for terrible twosome. So we don't want to get rid of our ultimate relic. It actually breaks 2 arcane shield, so we need our ultimate relic on the board. So keep our ultimate relic, and we're gonna run with this one. So we're gonna test out all of these combination, and we're gonna see exactly how we get on in a battle. So let me just clear my screen. So we're gonna try it out on this boss first. So let's try first and foremost our combination of Commander and Slayer. So with this combination, your commander cards are not gonna deal much damage. Relatively little to next to nothing when it comes to damage. However, primarily they're there to give you power gem production. So one way you can play it is you can actually activate your main card. Yep. And then wait to be hit. Then you create power gems. Then you activate your 2 ultimate farms. There you go, 400 billion each. So it doesn't deal a lot of damage, simply because your support card doesn't deal quite as much damage as your main card. But if, like me, you've got 2 copies of the main card, what you could do is, instead of using the support card, you could use 2 copies of the main card. Two copies of the main card, 1 copy of the support card. Now, because you've got your main card to basically create most of your power gems, you can just go ahead and use 3 copies of the support card. Now, all I need to do is replace those 2 commander relics with 2 arcane relics. So there we go. Arcane relics all around. So now let's see this one in action. This boss is not really that high in health, so we probably take it out on the first turn. Okay, so we didn't. So what we want to do now, so you can see the pinch. The pinch is the one that's creating all those gems on the board for you. See if we can create a power gem 4 as well. There we go, power gem 4. I'm gonna take the hit. There you go. Our main card produced quite a lot of power gems on the board. Now we forgot to match our power gem 4s. So let's see the damage output. So the damage output is not really big because we only use 3 keys. So we want to see we use 3 keys on this one, and we're gonna see the damage output that this deck can actually generate. So this is a lovely deck to actually use. It's cheap, it's obtainable. I literally got 20 cards from the vault. I got 1 main card from the vault. I got 2 support card from the vault, and I got a second copy of the main card when I went into the 500 gem vault the first time. I got a second copy, which wasn't too bad, but you could get a second copy from the event as well. So that is quite a nice deck that you can actually use against the bosses. So let's go ahead and see, not that deck, let's see this one in action. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use 3 keys. This is somebody's boss. We're gonna see if the person hasn't done a lot of damage. We're gonna see if we can actually steal the MVP on this particular boss. So it's gonna be very quick. It's a turn 2 deck. So we activate the yokai deck, and we activate Relentless Scholars. We don't use Hellboy. It's absolutely pointless using Hellboy. Oh my god. That's been happening to me quite a lot. Quite a lot it has been happening to me. My app just closes. So literally I just started the app before I started making this video. In the middle of an attack, the app closes on me. This happened a week ago when I was doing my GVG attack, and I actually lost out on that GVG attack. Okay, let's get back into this fight and see how we actually get on. So I think this person isn't really attacking this boss, because this boss should actually be dead. So here we go. Operate your yokai cards, and then you activate your Relentless Scholar, and you should have a full board of power gems. Full board of power gems. There we go. Not too bad, not too shabby. That's not actually a bad deck as well. Quite good. Alright, so that's a lucky boss. We've got 1 hour 16 minutes. Let me just tag it just in case somebody wants to kill it. I'm not sure how the lucky bosses actually work, so I'll figure it out as the event goes on. So let's go on with our possible deck combinations. So this combination works relatively same to this one, where you, let's see, you just activate your 2 yokai if you want to get the 15% damage in, or if it's a guild boss, you could just activate your 2 main card along with Hellboy. But you have to remember that you have to do an attack with Hellboy. You have to do an attack, because you will only spawn those 3 power gem 4s using Hellboy's battle skill if you do an attack. So when you're attack, then you'll create the power gems from your main card, and then you use your yokai, and you've got a full board of power gems. And there you go. Damage is not too shabby. So let's go ahead and see. We have already seen that one. Now, main combo. So let's actually see what this deck can actually do. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use 3 keys rather than 9 keys to see what it can do with 3 keys. However, this boss is not really strong. So go ahead, first and foremost, we actually power up all our skills. We activate Master Collection card, the ultimate form, both Master Collection card and the main card. Then you can swap anything. You don't have to swap any light gems. You take the hit, and you should fill the board with power gems. Then you activate your ultra rare to get the damage output, and relatively okay. But what would happen to this deck if we should combine this deck with, say let's get rid of this one, swap this one. What we're gonna do, we're gonna use the previous light arcane deck, and we're gonna see what we can actually do. So we need 3 stocks of Triple Love. The ultra rare will give us the battle boost. So we're gonna see how we actually perform using this deck. So let's read what they do. Soldier of Love. So Soldier of Love will add 1 stock of Triple Love, then increase Arcane Killer by 300% for every stock of Triple Love for 1 turn. The duration also increase with each stack of Triple Love. Okay, and it's a 4-turn cooldown. This one, Paragon of Love, will also add 1 stack of Triple Love. Then it will heal for 2500% of recovery. It will also increase Arcane Killer attack by 400% for 1 turn, and spawn 2 light power gem force for every stack of Triple Love. And then the ultra rare, which is Aphrodite, will add 1 stack of Triple Love. Then it will spawn 2 light power gem freeze for every stack of Triple Love. Okay, and then you've got the passive, which actually creates power gems as well. Aphrodite doesn't create power gems. Aphrodite dispel any debuff that's on your card, so on your deck. So let's go ahead and let's see how it actually performs against a Cobalt Guild Boss. That one has been killed. So let's see if we can find something else worthy of attacking. Okay, so there's absolutely nothing really on the board worthy of attacking. So let's see if we can actually get something on the board that is worthy of attacking. So with this one, it's a 3-turn deck primarily because of the current ultimate form, which you have to activate first, then wait for the hit. Then when you take the hit, you activate all the other cards. And then you swap your power gems that's on the board. So as you can see, it's not a lot of power gems because Paragons of Passion, they don't create a lot of power gems. But as you can see, 18 trillion, 14 trillion. So there is a lot of damage coming from the current ultra rare and ultimate form. So it does boost the deck quite a bit. But what we could do is just to get a bit more power gems on the board, we could say get rid of Aphrodite, swap Aphrodite, use a copy of the current Master Collection card, and then we'll see exactly how we get on. So again, I'm going to activate the Master Collection card, ultimate form, the current ones from the current deck, and then I'll activate all the other cards after I've taken the hit. So Master Collection card, ultimate form, I'm going to take the hit. Okay, boom, there's a hit. Okay, then we're going to activate everything else. All right, so we didn't produce a lot of power gems from Paragons of Passion, but as you can see, damage output is relatively high, so it's not really a bad combination. So you can play around with the deck and you can come up with something that actually works quite well for you, depending on what you've got. So it's not the most powerful deck. I've seen more powerful deck before. So this one is relatively okay. It's not brilliant. We've seen better in the last season. So that's your current deck, and those are some of the combination that I came up with on possible deck combination. Hope it's been helpful. Hope it's been informative. Sorry that the video, the deck release video was posted quite late. As I said, my internet was giving a lot of trouble. I literally got it fixed today. So hopefully I'll be posting my videos on time, on the day, and you should be getting more videos coming your way. With the current situation, with what's going on right around the world, a lot of us will be staying at home. Myself probably will be at home quite a lot. So I'll try and make a lot of videos just to give you guys something to watch. So until the next video, peace, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good day. Bye for now.